AFTV, Laurie, just lost 1-0 at Villa Park. They've got another 1-0 win against a title candidate. Second one this week after beating Man City. But they beat us under very different circumstances. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I would agree. I watched them play City, and to be honest, they completely outplayed City. It wasn't the same today. In fact, I thought it was a game of fine margins today. I thought that, if you look at the stats, we actually had more shots on goal than them, more shots in general on target than them. In possession stats, we were superior, but the one area that we weren't superior at was the goals tally. But I do think overall we were worthy of a point.
And what do you put it down to? Because obviously last season our attack's so exhilarating. So far this season, not as exhilarating, but getting the job done. Today, completely blunt.
Yeah, you know what it is? As I said, I think it was a game of fine margins because there were moments when we looked really good in the lead up. Just that final pass, the shots. We had a couple of really good chances. Odegaard had two, one in particular that he should have done a lot better. Jesus had a chance. Eddie had a chance towards the end there. So we had chances. We weren't clinical enough, and I think that that's why we're coming out of today with nothing. But it was fine margins for me.
How big a loss, how big a blow do you think it is this early in the season?
It's disappointing, man, but I think we shouldn't get too down on ourselves with this defeat. Number one, because it's not like we were being outplayed. We weren't routed today. As I said, the game hinged on a couple of incidents here and there. Could even have had a penalty. That didn't go our way. So I think it's important to walk away from this game and take what we should from it. Don't be too down on ourselves, because at the end of the day, man, this is what game week 16 or 38, 23 games left. Hell of a lot to play for. There's going to be ebb and flow. Villa are a good team as well. That shouldn't be discounted. I mean, in the lead up to this game, you'll know, Turkish, because we spoke. I said that it's going to be a very difficult game. Villa are on an excellent run of form. What was it? 14 straight wins at home in the Premier League. So this was always going to be difficult. So, okay, didn't go our way today, but let's not be too despondent. You know, we've got Brighton next week. Let's go there. We beat them, and things are back on track.
And you actually put Aston Villa in the title race.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm not saying they're going to go and win it, obviously, but what I'm saying is that they are a very good team, and I do think that they can be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. I think they're capable of getting in the top four, without a doubt.
And this kind of starts off quite a tough role. I say starts off, we had Brentford away not so long ago. But we've got Brighton next and then Liverpool at Anfield. I mean, let's talk about Brighton first. Actually, let's not even mention Anfield yet, because the next week's game has taken on a bit more of a...
No, you're right. We don't want to look too far ahead. We don't want to do that.
Has today's result / performance made you doubt Brighton at the Emirates next week, or are you still as confident as ever?
No, I'm confident we can get a good result against Brighton, because to be fair, Brighton, we're playing them at home. Villa away was always going to be a difficult game. I said so. A lot of people came at me, oh, you're being negative, blah, blah. I was just being realistic. I was just trying to inject a dose of realism when I said that if we got a point, that would be a good point. Now, in the end, we've got no points, you know what I mean? So, at the end of the day, this was always going to be a difficult game. And to be fair, we had our moments. It's not like we were played off the park. We did, hold ourselves together well. We did make a fight of it. Things didn't quite go our way. But like I said, let's not be too despondent. Let's not turn on the players or single players out for criticism and stuff like that. I would say collectively, we weren't quite at it today. Not that we were poor, but we weren't quite at it today. We come off second best. It's a game of fine margins. Let's move on to Saturday against Brighton with some purpose, and I think we can get the win. In fact, we've got a game before that as well. We've got the Champions League game to deal with as well. So listen, I'm not down in the dumps. It's not one of those where I'm scratching my head thinking, oh, we were terrible. We made a fight of it. Again, it didn't quite go our way. Stuff happens, man. It's Premier League. That's how it is.
It is. I mean, is there any player or players in particular that come out of today's with a glowing review, or dare I ask, is there any players that performed poor? Listen, I'm going to say it. I've said in the James one, our attack was shit today, Laurie. Our attack is what let us down. And I know you said collectively there was problems, but I think defence and midfield, we was pretty solid throughout. I mean, aside from Aston Villa's goal, and then they had the Watkins chance that might have been offside, maybe not. Ryan made the save. We held a strong Aston Villa side that just dominated against City at bay for the majority. It's just that we couldn't make it click in front of goal.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting you should say that about the attack. But if you look at it, some of the best chances we had actually fell to some of the midfielders. So, and that's why I'm saying it's collective, because there were opportunities there where we looked like we were through, and just that final ball was a little bit short. Shots were getting blocked. Chances were there that we didn't quite take. So I'm hesitant to, you know what I mean, call out players for criticism. Indeed, I'm also hesitant to say anyone had a extremely good game today, you know what I mean? I just think it was one of those where we weren't quite at it. So I'd rather make it a collective thing rather than single people out, if you see what I mean.
Yeah, I hear you. Love Laurie.